Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is the 1st of December. Finally. This is WISER Day 1. Yay, we made it. Hi. Good to see you. Good morning. Oh, I am so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you could wake up. I'm so glad that you could turn on your device to be here to take your wiser destiny in your hands. Hey, I'm celebrating. I'm seeing you, Franklin Ofonimel, Mozusi, Sophia, Nadi Kelechi, Grace. Good morning. I celebrate you all. I celebrate you. I'm so happy that you could make it. I am so glad. I've looked forward to this day for at least 2 months since I had the idea to do this. Hi, Nene. Oh gosh, why are there tears in my eyes all of a sudden? I'm happy to see people who are eager like me. Hey, Rosemary, I know where you are. It's midnight. Thank you for staying up. Thank you for believing. Emma, thank you. I see people who are paying a price, making a sacrifice, Lacey, Henry, to get into a happier place, a more fulfilled place, a place of having a better life. There are many who do not bother. They've given up. Some haven't given up verbally. They've given up in the way they behave. They do not have the strength nor the capacity or tenacity to reach out to anything that makes them better. They feel everything is a scam. But you have taken your destiny seriously, and I'm glad to be on this journey with you. Smart Dada, beloved, welcome. Dreamcast Efe, I'm so glad you're here. Idara, I know some of you personally. I know some of you through online interactions, and I've seen that you want more. And I'm so glad, because the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, people will wonder how you made it there. But they may not understand the sacrifices you made like this. So someone said to me yesterday, Joyce, why is WISER 1,300 naira only? For goodness sake. I said, the cost is not really in the money. The cost is in your time commitment. Yes, we could have made it a lot more expensive. It actually was supposed to be more expensive, but with all that happened with the NSARS, the things, the situations in the country, and then my 13th work anniversary, I asked myself, Joyce, what can you give? What can you give to help, to support, to encourage? And it was, you know what, slash it to 13. 13 is my work anniversary. I turned 13 this year. So rather than make it 13,000, I decided to make it 1,300. My members of my team thought I was crazy, but this is my way of giving, opening to say, come on, let's grow together, let's rise together, let's soar together. So today, let's get right into the business of this. What is WISER? WISER is the study of wisdom from a particular man called Solomon. Solomon, who was the son of David, who lived many, many, many years ago, who had extraordinary successes in his life and documented. Now, the difference between him and many of the people in his time who may have been as successful as he was is that he documented for us to learn. And so we are studying his wisdom. I will be sharing some experiences from my life and how some of these things have helped out, adding some insight here and there. But please, you too are allowed to create your own inferences from the things we will study. I see you all, I see your names, and I say welcome. In the course of the month, starting later this week, we will have other wiser heads, I call them, who will join us and share of their experiences. All of them are mentors and role models to me in one way or the other. And I'm happy, I'm honored to share them with you. So we are studying the book of Proverbs. If you have your book of Proverbs, let's open it together. My preferred study version is the Message translation. Now, the book of Proverbs is found in the Bible, but let me quickly say that this study is not about Christian religion. No, it's about where we found the wisdom. We take it out and we use it. If the book of Proverbs was found in the Quran or in any other book that we had studied or I had studied and had been blessed by, I will bring it. Believe me, in the year 2021, I will offer a number of book studies, at least 2 other book studies from other places where I have found wisdom, and I would invite you to join me once again. But let's wait. Today we go to the book of Proverbs. So open your book of Proverbs wherever it is, hard copy or on your device. Yesterday I tested an Android device to see that even though Facebook Live was on, you can still minimize it and open another app on the same phone and it will not be lost. Well, try it, but if it doesn't work, then just stay here because I will be reading. All you need to do is listen. All you need to do is listen and take your notes. Please try to write in one dedicated diary, one dedicated journal. Try not to change so that you don't miss where you dropped what points. Write everything in one place so that you can always make reference to whenever you need. I am so honored. I am even more honored to have you here with me. So, Proverbs chapter 1. Verse 1, I'm reading from the Message translation of Proverbs chapter 1. These are the wise sayings of Solomon, David's son, Israel's king, written down so we will know how to live well and right, to understand what life means and where it's going. It is a manual for living. I'm reading. A manual for living, for learning what's right, just, and fair. To teach the inexperienced the ropes and give young people a grasp on reality. There's something here also for seasoned men and women. The book of Proverbs is not for only the inexperienced. It is for seasoned men and women, still a thing or two for the experienced to learn. Fresh wisdom to probe and penetrate the rhymes and reasons of wise men and women. So, at any point you are in life, whether you are a startup, inexperienced, or you are seasoned and experienced, there's something here for you to learn, to refresh. This is the place to be. So, clap for yourself and say, I am in the right place. I am here in the right place. Smile, just smile. Wherever you are, just smile right now. Smile, just smile. Smile at yourself and touch your chest and say, yes, I am in the right place. Fresh wisdom to probe and penetrate. Wisdom is going to seep into you these 31 days. Repetition, spaced repetition over time. Spaced repetition over time. Repetition is the law of deep and lasting impression. The fact that we are going to be coming here every day for 31 days. You will see how wisdom will seep and penetrate into your space. And you will have the rhymes and the reasons of wise men and wise women. Ha! Smile to yourself and say, I am wise. I'm in the right place. Now you see, this thing I'm saying to you right now, where I'm saying smile to yourself, I have studied like this for years. Where I'm reading something that I see is beneficial to me, I begin to say, hey, Joyce, you don't hammer. Why? Conditioning. Every learning is condition dependent. When you are excited to learn, you take things away. This is why you go into a lecture hall, and even though what the lecturer is teaching or what the teacher is teaching is so important, if you don't feel excited, you hardly take anything away from there. You listen and you feel, oh, if it's boring or if it's one kind, you just kind of like sit somehow and not enjoy a lecture, and guess what? Most times you learn nothing. But when you get into a place and you are pumped up, or you see somebody you like, or you get excited, guess what? You tend to learn and you tend to remember what you learn. So for conditioning, this is one of the wisdom tips. Please take it away. When you're in a place to learn, to grow, or to work, or to give, when you're in a place to deploy anything, learning or teaching, condition yourself to get into the space of charisma. Ginger yourself and say, see, I am in the right place at the right time. This is where I ought to be this morning. And I am here. I made it. Thank you, God. Congrats to you. Ooh, let's see. So dance with me. Shake your body small. Like it conditions you. You cause your brain to become excited. And in the place of excitement, it's easier to receive and to retain. This is why many people go through life's experiences and come out the same, because they go in without excitement and charisma. Also because they have not known that it is wisdom to pump up yourself in a place. There you can experience change, growth. This is the difference between many people who are successful and many people who are not. We are here to learn. This is wisdom. If you check many of the successful people, they are in a place of ginger. They may not be shaking their bodies like me, but mentally they are happy to be there. They want to be there. They feel that this is the right place and the right time. And for those who feel like this is not my place, you are in a job or in a relationship where you constantly feel this is not my place. I am too much for this, or I'm not happy here. Guess what? It is so much more difficult to be productive. It is almost impossible because you are not in the place of productivity. Productivity is closely linked not just to happiness, but to the agreement that you are in the right place. I was in a plane about 2 weeks ago. We're landing into Lagos, and I was just looking into the bushes, and I was just thinking that here and now, somewhere in the world, hidden in one jungle, there are soldiers. There are people who are they're in creeks. In fact, the picture in my head is somebody is knee deep in animal dung or in swamp. They're holding a gun. They're watching out for the enemy. Mosquitoes are biting them. They're hot. They're thirsty. They're hungry. They're tired. But yet, they are happy that this is exactly where I want to be. I always wanted to be a soldier, and I also wanted to be a soldier at war. So we might sit here and feel sorry for them, but they're productive there because they're in their place of feeling right place, right time. And you can't dissuade them. And that's why some soldiers who really want to go to war are not happy when they're home doing nothing, when they're sending their colleagues out to different war zones, and they're like, see me here doing nothing. I'm supposed to be there fighting, and you're like, please now stay and protect yourself. And they're like, no, I'm not a soldier to stay alive or to stay protected. I'm here to fight, because they are in the place, right time. But some of us cannot understand it because that's not our place. That's why somebody else will look at you who is a teacher. You are happy you are a teacher, going to school every day, seemingly making limited amounts of money. But because of right place, right time, you are so productive. My friend Ifiok, Sophie started teaching language during this COVID lockdown. She started teaching children native Nigerian languages, starting from her own Ibibio. And all of a sudden, people started patronizing her and asking for other languages. Now she has about 11 other tutors in partnership with her in her business, teaching people Ijo, Yoruba, some as it were, forgotten languages. So that day she was making an announcement looking for a Hausa teacher. You can see her glow because she's in the right place, right time. She has found a way to create her charisma. So, for today, the 1st of December, in everything you do, generate your charisma so that you you actually achieve that which you want to. Charisma isn't given. You can borrow from me right now. You can take from my excitement and my joy. But what happens when I'm not here? Let's proceed. Verse 7 of Proverbs Chapter 1 says, start with God. The first step in learning is bowing down to God. Bowing down to God. What does bowing down to God mean? Or what does bowing down to God do for us? Different things. And when we say God here, please allow me to reiterate. It is the God you believe is God to you. Remember, we are religion blind. We don't know who is Christian here or Muslim or Buddhist or atheist. If you believe the universe is God, that's up to you. My work here is to take what Solomon has said and enforce it, penetrate it into our lives. First step in learning is bowing down to God, because let me use this analogy. If you've ever watched wrestling or you're a wrestling fan like I am, I used to be a big WWF fan. I still watch WWE once in a while. We know it's entertainment, but we watch nonetheless. I enjoy it. I like the tag team fights. Do you know the tag team fights where you have a pair each, opponents, there are two in each set, and they come together to fight. One pair on each side comes into the ring while the other their partners stay outside the ring. So you go into the ring, you fight, and whenever you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you need help, you find your way to that your partner who is standing outside the ring, and you tap him or her, and then they join in to the ring. They take over from you while you go out, and then they fight for you. They fight with you. They are in the same battle with you on the same side. All you need to do is reach out to them to come in. That's how I relate bowing down to God as your tag team partner. When you bow to God, you acknowledge that there is a power that is higher than yourself. Therefore, there is also a power that you can ask for reinforcement when you need. But the non-acknowledgement of God makes you the final authority. And how powerful really are you? You will hear some successful people say that, there is that extra room. When you've done all you know to do, there is that extra room for luck. Some of them will say, well, it may not just be luck. It might be the place of the higher power, the grand overall designer, G-O-D. I learned that from my coach, Mfoniko. She's going to be on here one of these days very soon. Grand overall designer, the one who has put things in place. The universe is too organized, is too structured to have just happened on its own without some higher intelligence. When you bow down to God, you allow yourself be vulnerable to collecting greater, higher help, partnership. You allow yourself ask for wisdom from a being that is greater than you. When you acknowledge and bow to God, you can be rest assured and confident in the fact that you are not alone. So that's why he's saying start with God. Don't try to start by yourself alone. Start with God. Start with the higher power. You know how we say things like, something said to me I should just call. Something said to me. What is that something? It is a higher power that knows, that can preempt us. That higher power is not lazy. We're here for 31 days. There's so much to study. But everything that we're studying is so sweet and relatable to daily life that, look, our lives will be changing here in and now. So, action point for you today, action point for me today, Joyce. Am I aware of starting with God every day? Not necessarily by praying and fasting, but by acknowledging that there is still him or her, it that is higher than me. And if you're a Christian, well, allow me to just say, because I am. When you understand how God behaves and loves and plans and cares, you will agree with me. There is a male and a female side of him, as in he has those attributes all in one. I am not alone. I have higher power with me and for me. Please say that with me. Lacey, thank you for writing it this way. Everyone, please say it. I am not alone. I have God with me. I have a higher power that I can refer and defer to. I can call on. He says there in verse 7, only fools thumb their noses at such wisdom and learning. I said, this one they said is good. Only fools do that, so please don't do that. Don't do that. Verse 8, we continue. Pay close attention, my friend. If you see my eyes go this way, it's because I am reading from my laptop here. Yes. Yes. Thank you. You're writing it. Remember. Yes. Yes. We are not alone. We have help. Oh, yes. Thank you for your comments. We have help. We have the grand overall designer. We have help. Yes. 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 He says, pay close attention, friend, to what your father tells you. Never forget what you learned at your mother's knee. I put a caveat here. And I say, pay close attention. When he says pay close attention, he says, wear their counsel like flowers in your hair or rings on your fingers. Meaning, keep it around you as beauty. Keep it around you as ornaments. Pay close attention. The caveat I add here is, as you grow, continue to pay close attention and ask yourself if this counsel you received from your parents have transcended with you into this higher life. What do I mean? I have a friend. Yes, we're still friends, but many years ago, like maybe 20-something, 22. No. Maybe about 14 years ago. He said to me, my father told me to be wary of a certain tribe of people. And for the longest time in my life, I was indeed wary of them. I couldn't be friends with them. I couldn't be free with them. But as I grew, I realized that I had friends, many friends of that tribe, who didn't fit the mold that my father referred to. And so I began to question my father's counsel. And I dissected it. Look, he says, pay close attention. Close attention means collect it, look at it, weigh it. He says, I dissected it and I realized that because my father had experienced so and so at the hands of people of this tribe, he labeled the entire tribe and said that predominantly they behave in a certain way. That thing my father said wasn't quite true, because he also had experienced similar situations with people of other tribes. But because people had been saying it in the air, he picked and formed an opinion that it is people of this tribe. So this friend of mine said to me, I paid close attention to what my father said to me. close enough to observe that that thing he said was flawed. And so I closed it up and I changed the game. We talked about this thing again recently, now that we have children who are grown. And he says, I now teach my children that these challenges are not limited to race or tribe or age or gender. People who will be bad to you will be bad. People who will be unfair to you will be unfair regardless of tribe. But there are some tribal proclivities that abound. Know them, but do not be limited by them. Know them, which is now paying close attention to what my father said again. Know them, but do not be limited by them. Know them, understand them, see them, notice them. More importantly, learn how to mitigate them, how to go around them, how to win them. Is it that people of this tribe only do business with certain people of certain behavior and character? They are looking for people like them who are industrious. So pay close attention and weigh it, test it, understand it. Don't forget what you've learned from your parents. See how best you want to apply it without being limited by it. Pay close attention. You know, when we were growing up, we were preparing to get married, many of us, or even before we were preparing to get married, we heard fathers and mothers say things to us like, do you know these people to their home? Do you know who they are at home? And many of us were like, what's my business with their home? It's an individual I'm marrying, I beg. They are not. Now, that's not altogether true, but that is wisdom from parents to pay close attention to. If you indeed take the extra time, make the extra effort to inquire and observe how these people are in their own families and how other family members behave, and put on your inquisitive cap and ask questions, more often than not, you would find out more about them than you would have without observing. But many of us just shunned it. Like, no, I don't. She's not their family member. He's not like them. It's not to say that you will find out bad things. No, you might just find out more about how to work with. I know that many of us right now are thinking about some of the things our parents said to us, our fathers and our mothers, and we're wondering, It's not too late to pay close attention once again and look at them and observe them and find out perhaps there is merit in what was said, and I can take something from what they said. I will not be limited by it. I will learn from it to grow. And then I will wear it like adornments in my hair and like rings on my fingers. Dear friend, if bad companions tempt you, don't go along with them, including people who are of your family. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go, Joyce. Don't go with them when they tempt you. Don't go. This is a reminder for me, Joyce. Don't go. If bad companions tempt you, don't go along with them. Call your name and remind yourself this morning, don't go along. Some of us have gone along so much without understanding. We didn't even know when we began to go along. Some colleague in the office is dipping into company purse and saying, well, since they won't pay our salary on time now, let me might as well collect it. And we've started doing it without even understanding, we justified it so easily, and it's become practice. Please say to yourself, don't go. Don't go. Why? If they say, let's go out and raise some hell, let's beat up some old man, mug some old woman, let's pick them clean and get them ready for their funerals. Picking them, not just picking the old men and women, but picking people. We'll load up top quality loot. We'll haul it home by the truckload. Join us for the time of your life. With us, it's share and share alike. Oh, friend, I'm reading. He says, oh, friend, don't give them a second look. Don't listen to them for a minute. Joyce, please don't listen. It's so tempting in the world today to listen. Please, Joyce, don't listen. Don't give them a second look. They are racing to a very bad end, hurrying to ruin everything they lay hands on. Joyce, if you go with them, you will ruin everything too. Don't go, Joyce. Don't go, Laura. Don't go, Nidima. Chidima, please don't go. Boma, don't go. Faultless Sparkles, don't go. Kele, don't go. Don't go. I'm seeing I'm recalling some of the names I've seen. Magdalene, don't go. Marvi, don't go. Annie, don't go. Mfon, don't go. Adebola, don't go. Joyce, don't go. Farah, don't go. Love, don't go. Mercy, Henry, Sophia, Ogochukwu, Nadi, Oluwaseun, Tola, James, Onenu, Didi, Fumi, Okoro, Blessing, Omozusi. Please don't go. Catherine, don't go. Catch yourself and just say, don't go. You and I know that these things come to us in subtle ways every day. They are going. Can I please go there? Can I just go there? They are going to that very restaurant to eat the very food you had said you will not eat. Eliane, don't go, my love. El Nathan, my darling, don't go. They are going to eat that very thing you had said you won't eat. But because, it seems all right. Stephanie, Blessing, it's just today, let's just go. I know the doctor had told me to watch my sugar, but a little bit of ice cream will not hurt a gentle jack. But you know that tomorrow morning when you wake up with your sugar spiked and you're feeling the discomfort, you will be by yourself, struggling. You know that you are the one who will have to walk 10,000 steps or 12,000 kilometers just to burn that thing off. But let me just go. Please don't just go. Please, Joyce, don't just go. Don't go. Protect yourself and your strength and your space. Don't go. We're gathering at this person's house. Let's just go and do small gossip now. Let's go and know what's happening. But you've said you didn't want to eat that kind of cheap candy anymore where you sit with people and talk about other people. You said you don't want to do it anymore. But let me just go, I beg. This life is too hard. Let me just, like my coach will say, Coach Mfon, she'll say there is no just. Don't go. Joyce, don't go. Nobody robs a bank with everyone watching. Yet, that's what these people are doing. They are doing themselves in. When you grab all you can get, that's what happens. The more you get, the less you are. The more you get, the less you are. Now, remember, this is specifically talking about people who collect, obtaining. We're constantly obtaining. In this office where we do, person no fit pass it. No, we go obtain you. God, waiting you bring, madam, waiting you collect, waiting you bring come. No be this work we dey do. I beg. And my papa walk. Please, I beg, drop for us. constantly collecting, constantly obtaining. You've become less than who you ought to be. You've become less than yourself. He says, the more you get, the less you are. If you have fallen into the trap of constantly collecting from people, every time collecting, because you feel you're not enough. So you're just taking. You might not call it robbing. You just say, they have now, me, I don't have. I beg, dash me. So you're always asking people to dash. The more you get from such means, the less you are. Obtainer. And it's become like, it's okay to just constantly obtain. Think about it for yourself. The obtaining, has it made you better or has it made you less of who you are? When people see your name on their phones, do they feel, hey, yay, Joyce is calling? Or do they go, oh, Joyce is calling? Even that, take with a pinch of salt, because somebody might see your name, you're calling them, and they say, Joyce is calling. It might be the fact that they are owing you, they actually owe you, they bought something and they have not paid. All right, so I'm not saying you shouldn't call to collect your monies that people owe you if you rendered a service or gave a product and they haven't paid. I'm saying from the angle of constantly obtaining, always collecting. The more you get, the less you are. The more you get from these despicable or through these despicable means, the more you get, the less you are. The people who we call looters of national treasury, do we really truly respect them? No, we despise them. They seem so much, but to us they are less. They are small. The more they get, the less they become. Many of us will not sit with their children, or they ruin everything. It's like robbing a bank in broad daylight. We proceed. Verse 20 of Proverbs Chapter 1. I am reading the Message translation. It says, Lady Wisdom goes out in the streets and shouts. At the town center, she makes her speech. In the middle of traffic, she takes her stand. At the busiest corner, she calls out, Simpletons, how long will you wallow in ignorance? Cynics, how long will you feed your cynicism? Idiots, how long will you refuse to learn? About face, I can revise your life. Look, I'm ready to pour out my spirit on you. I'm ready to tell you all I know. And I've called. As it is, I've called. But you turned a deaf ear. I've reached out, but you ignore me. See, wisdom is truly, honestly on the streets every day. In the streets, calling out to us. For example, when I was thinking about this, I recalled that, look, one wisdom to learn on the streets is how, permit me to say, how the Igbos in particular learn business through apprenticeship. So you have a young man or young woman, it's mostly men, but I know women do it as well. A young man or young woman who wants to learn a particular trade or business. They go into agreement with someone who is already established in that trade or business. And they apprentice, they work for and work with that person for a stipulated time. It's usually about 5 to 7 years. They work, they show up there every morning, noon, and night. In fact, if it's a shop, a supermarket, a store, most times the apprentice sleeps in there. They become the guard. They learn how to take stock. They sleep there. They wake up at 5 a.m. They put things in order. They clean the place and they go back to bed in there. They live in the space of the thing they want to become. And when it is time, 5 to 7 or 10 years, or whatever number of years they've agreed, the master now sets up their own shop for them. Yes, I know sometimes there are bad masters who will now not fulfill their end. Look, don't go there. Come back. Let's focus on the wisdom part. The master set them up, and then what happens? More often than not, these apprentices, when they become their own masters, they succeed because they've learned everything. They lived in it. They saw the good, the bad, the ugly. They've learned. So I'm asking myself, Joyce, this, your next phase of life, this next 5-10 years of your life, who have you apprenticed with? Who is that person doing this thing that you want, that you have gone to apprentice with? Show up in their space, work around them, learn from them, glean from them consciously. Sometimes you may not be able to get into their personal space, so you buy their books, you attend their coaching programs, you stay in their space. Joyce, who are you apprenticing with? So yesterday, when I was studying this, 2 days ago, I went to the internet and there are some women and men that I want to be like in the next 5 to 10 years. They are doing exactly what I want to do. And I went and started downloading their materials, looking at their pictures, studying the Wikipedia trails, looking at them, checking if they have biographies I can buy and read and be in their space. And if by chance I can get to be around any of them, I will. So I sent a message to one of them whom I know. And I just asked her a few questions. I hailed her. She responded to me with such glow because she was happy to hear from me. I'm a baby girl. I'm one of her baby girls. And I said to her, Ma, I really want to be in your space. And she said, look, I'm here for you. That's wisdom on the street. That's wisdom on the street. That's wisdom on the street. So, action point for all of us today as we go along those streets doing our business. And when I say street, I don't necessarily mean the physical streets, the streets of life. Observe. Wisdom is everywhere. You know, when I decided I will never agree with anybody who says that good people are finished in Nigeria, I swore I will never agree with that, was when many years ago, over 20 years ago, I went to the market and I wanted to buy something from one stall. The owner of the stall was not there. And the person who was selling in the stall next to hers or his, say, wait till you won't buy there. I say, I won't buy this thing. They say, okay, my neighbor no deal, but if they sell them 10 naira. Collect, drop your money there, keep them. I looked at her table. The thing I wanted to buy from here, she had it too. She didn't say to me, come buy my own. And my neighbor no deliver and come buy from me. She said, collect, keep the money there. Or some will say, give me the money, I go keep them for them. You mean there are people who are still watching over their neighbors' businesses? And somebody will tell me that we are finished as a country? I keep saying it, as long as there are people in any market who sell for their neighbors, Nigeria has hope. And there are many of us like that. Many of us. Let's not be sucked into the fallacy that we are completely finished. Anybody who says that has not observed wisdom on the streets. So as you go along today, observe wisdom on the streets. Learn. Wisdom says, I'm calling out to you from the street corners. I'm calling out to you. Listen to me. I'm standing right here. So Joyce, as I'm speaking to myself, please speak to yourself. Joyce, observe today. Observe. 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 For the wisdom on the streets. For the wisdom on the streets. I came into Calabar a few days ago with my mom and my baby girl. It's my sister-in-law, Victoria. It was my son's graduation yesterday here in Calabar, and so we traveled in together. And at the airport, myself and Victoria came down from the plane. We were waiting for my mom to come down from the plane. She was sitting behind us. And a lady came to meet us and said, please, move away from here. And we said, oh, please, we're just waiting for mommy to come down right here. We don't want to go too far. We want to see her. She alights. And the woman was going to get a bit agitated. No, you can't. So I looked at her name tag. What's that name there? Was it Elizabeth though? well, whatever the name was there. And I said, Madam Eliza, or something. Don't worry, Mommy is coming. The woman just smiled because we called her name. Then I recalled that Dale Carnegie Human Relations Principle number 6 says, the name is the sweetest and most important sound to anybody in any language. When somebody calls your name, it calms you down. Especially for someone like her who wears her name tag all day, but whoever really calls her name, she's just another statue standing by the plane when you are light. But you walk by her and you say, oh, Elizabeth, good morning to you. She would beam and she would almost give you anything you want. Wisdom on the street. Use people's names. Walk into a store. You see the name tag. Call them by name. Hey, Julius, how are you? Juliet, please, I need this. They will rush to serve you because you called their name. Wisdom on the street. There's a reason why the name tag is there in the first place, so that you don't say, you don't say, bros, chairman, sis, you, come. It's so that you identify them by name. Wisdom on the street. Observe. Touch your eyes wherever you are. Touch your eyes with me. Do the activity. Touch your eyes. Open and say, I will observe today. I will observe today. Wisdom on the streets. I will observe. I will observe. Wisdom is calling out. Verse 28. It says, since you laugh at my counsel and make joke of my advice, how can I, wisdom, take you seriously? If you laugh at me, I will not take you seriously. I will laugh at you. If you laugh at wisdom, wisdom will be laughing at you. Wisdom says, I'll turn the tables and joke at your troubles. Permit me to use this example. Just permit me, please, 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 for the sake of discussion, but the truth. Yesterday was one of the proudest days of my life, and I will keep talking about it everywhere. It was my son's graduation. After giving prizes to all the graduands, he was called out for the prize of the best graduating student. He got the Proprietor's Award, and we were called out to take pictures with him and receive the award from the school. It was such a proud moment for me. I mean, oh my gosh. We screamed, we shouted, we cried. When the event was over, we were walking away to the car, and somebody said to me, oh, Joyce, you've done a fantastic job. You raise an exceptional man and see how he has made you proud. And I said to her immediately, he did it for himself. Like any other parent, I paid the fees. I didn't do the studying for him. He did that. His success is all on him. In school, they had level playing field. All of them, I dare say. Yes, we have conditioning from homes, but you see right there, they're attending the same classes, they're staying in the same hostel. Yes, someone might say, oh, there are different learning styles and this and that and the other. Yes. Assume for the sake of this discussion, they are all on the same level, from JS1 to SS3. It is the one who took the wisdom of studying extra, the one who took the wisdom of asking questions in class, the one who accepted the wisdom of engaging the knowledge, attending prep constantly, studying, checking back and forth, and giving extra attention to academics. That is the person who wins. The rest of them who took wisdom like this, wisdom laughs at them like it laughed at me. My mom said when we came back, she said, in people's time, were there events like this, prize giving. I said they were, but me, I never invited you to any prize giving because I didn't receive any prize now. I was not a serious student. I was laughing at wisdom. The truth is, in my time, when people were studying extra trauma, one name Modunku, Nedima Somba, Njide Kanyebu, Olako Keke, Oma Subiame, and Felicitas Ofwebu. They were all my friends. But when they're studying and reading, me, I'll be there gisting and laughing with my friends. I'll be doing joking Joyce. I'll be the one who is the jester of the class. And they'll be laughing at me, studying at prep, right there in classroom, night prep. I'll be joking, they'll be laughing. But in front of their books, Olako Keke will put her legs on the table and be studying. Me, I'll be there joking. At the end of the day, when they call out results, who will wisdom be laughing at? So wisdom says, look, if you don't take me seriously, I can't take you seriously. I can't force myself on you. If you won't take wisdom seriously for finance, for relationships, for living, for health, it will laugh at you at some time or some point. We have 10 minutes to go to 7. Let's round off quickly. He says, turn the tables and joke at your troubles. What if the roof falls in and your whole life goes to pieces? What if catastrophe strikes and there's nothing to show for your life but rubble and ashes? You will need me then. You'll call for me, but don't expect an answer at that time. At that time, when it has fallen, it's too late for me to just jump in. You will have to go back and start from the scratch. No matter how hard you look, you won't find me at that time. Wisdom harsh you. Be careful. Let's get wisdom now. Because by the time we're entering 2021 and things are falling for many people, falling into heaps of rubble and what do you call it, and ashes, at that time, wisdom will be laughing. It will be like, see you, I told them to come into WISER and let's study together. Yeah. You see why you need to invite more friends to come and join us here. Because there is the year ahead for us to plan and prepare for. It says, don't expect me to answer. No matter how hard you look, you won't find me. Verse 29 says, because you hated knowledge and had nothing to do with the fear of God, because you wouldn't take my advice and you brushed aside all my offers to train you, well, you've made your bed, now lie in it. You wanted your own way. Now, how do you like it? Joyce, how do you like how is it doing you now? When I say, come and sit down here and learn, you say, you know, go learn. Now that you are messed up, you're now wondering. And me, I'm saying, I'm looking at you. Wisdom Marshall. Don't you see what happens, you simpletons? You idiots? Carelessness kills. Complacency is murder. Carelessness, to go into business without seeking the wisdom for business, it kills. Complacency is murder. Like, I don't care. I think anything that wants to happen, let it happen. It is murder. It will kill you. So don't let it. Some of you need to sell something to go and register in business school for next year because of the level you need to grow into. You cannot afford to be complacent anymore. Joyce, you can't afford to be complacent anymore. There's some trainings you must attend. There's some lessons. Look, I paid for NLP training because I want to improve. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. The class was supposed to be in November, but because of the NSAS protests and all the things that happened afterwards, it was moved forward because I know where I'm going and I need to know how to communicate with audiences in a way that they buy into my truth quickly. So I can't afford to say, well, I don't care. Anyhow I say it, let them take it. If I don't take it, how will they give? If I don't give them, how will they take it? You know, look, carelessness will kill you. Yesterday, I was asked for my CV, my resume. I got a call and they said, Joyce, there might be an opportunity for you here in this place to do so and so thing. Can we have your resume, your CV? All of a sudden, I realized I don't have one. I've been so used to doing business without CV. I have only profile. Joyce has been here, be there. But you know, CV tells your story slightly differently. So that was like a little carelessness on my part not to have updated my CV just in case. So I quickly called someone who I knew could do it for me. And he said, send me all the information, send me your old CV, send me your profile, send me everything, and I'll create something, which he did, thankfully. And then I forwarded it. So please don't be careless. You say you want to be so and so, but you're not preparing for it. How now? How? Carelessness kills. Complacency is murder. Can I go there? Can I go there? Many of us are preparing for our political journeys, 2023, 2024, 2027. Many of us on this call. But we've not started setting up any machinery. We've not joined political party. We have not gone into any. Oh, look, let's talk for another day. We'll get there. Wisdom will take us there. Proverbs will take us there. But let me just ask, if you're not careful today, what will show for you tomorrow? First, pay attention to me. This is verse 33. First, pay attention to me, then relax. Now you can take it easy. You're in good hands. Do not relax until you've gotten the wisdom for where you are going. Do not relax until you have gotten the wisdom for where you are going. Please say it with me. Joyce, I will not relax until I have gotten the wisdom for where I'm going. He says here, first, pay attention to me. Joyce, pay attention to the right wisdom and then relax. But do not relax before wisdom. Only take it easy after you've gotten wisdom. So what are some action points I wrote down for myself? I know you've been writing some action points for yourself. Today, be aware of what you are observing and taking in. Joyce, as you go along your way today, observe, be aware. Wisdom is everywhere. Observe. Action point, don't relax until you get wisdom. Joyce, don't relax until you get the wisdom for what you seek. So after this session right now, I know we all have different things we're doing. I have some time. I'm going to sit down here and still get one or two things I need wisdom for my day and for my journey, for what I need for later this year, next year, 5 years, 10 years. I will sit down right here and get a few. I will not relax. No, I won't relax. This is why sometimes, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with watching TV. No. This is why we talk about deferred gratification. Please don't watch TV yet until you've gotten the wisdom for the day that you said you will get. Then after that, we can relax and enjoy some Netflix and chill. Don't relax until you've gotten the wisdom, please, so that relaxation doesn't rob you of. I'm not saying you become so uptight that you don't enjoy life. I'm saying set your goal for the wisdom for the day, get it, and then relax. That takes planning. That takes scheduling. We have 31 days. Day 1 is almost gone. We'll be here again at 8 p.m. to recap. What we do when we come here at 8 p.m. is just to ask, how did it go for you? What happened differently in your day based on what you learned in the morning? And then we'll all just chat for a bit, 30 minutes thereabouts, and then we go. So I'll see you here again at 8 o'clock. But before you go, a few things to remind us. Please use your I am attending WISER flyer as your display picture on WhatsApp, on any other social media platform. Put it up. Let people see that your life is changing. Now you are part of the wisdom in the street, shouting to people, come and get wisdom. Put it up there. Let people ask you what's this and tell them, I am on this journey where I'm learning, where I'm being refreshed. Remember, the first thing we studied is that it's for the inexperienced and the experienced to refresh, to get fresh wisdom and insight that will penetrate into our lives. So please put up that flyer. If you don't have it, you know what to do. Say it on the group here. You can write in a comment, say, I need my flyer. Somebody will attend to you. Somebody in the team will attend to you and ask for your full name and your photograph, and they'll create the flyer and they'll drop it maybe right here in the group. We'll sort out those details. I'm sure my team members are all here. And if put it up so that people can learn wisdom with you. Because When you are wiser, when you have more people around you who know what you know and who are wise like you, guess what? They give you peace. They give you some relaxation because they know like you. So please use that flyer for this month. Please use it for this month. When we are done in this call, let me give you the phone number to reach. Please, I'll call out the number now. Send a WhatsApp message. Let me give you the number. 0905. Please, if you can write it, I trust somebody will also type it in. 0905 307 4866. 0905 307 4866. Send a WhatsApp message there with your full name and your picture, and then they will get you your flyer. Please, 0905 307 4866. Send a WhatsApp message there with your full name and your picture, and they would respond to you. Your streets must know that you are wiser. Thank you. That's it, Anne. Thank you, Anne, for putting it up. Thank you, Chizurum. Thank you. Send your messages there, and you will get your flyer. I'll give you another number, just in case. Let me give you a second number. It is 0907. Yes, you got the number. 0907 307 9211. 0907 307 9211. 0907 307 9211. Just tell them, I'm from the Wiser Nation. Here's my full name and my picture. They will have the flyer ready and they'll give it to you. Just give them some minutes or some hours and they would give it to you so you can use it wherever you are. I'm going to put mine up as well. I am attending Wiser. I'm growing wiser. Invite someone. It's not too late. We're keeping the registration open all month. The good thing about Facebook is that all the videos will stay here. So anytime people come, they can watch. Turn on your notifications. Go to Facebook notifications, check for group notifications, turn on your notifications for this group so that you can see when new messages come in. It's for 31 days. After that, you can turn it off again. Please go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give permission to make comments, because whenever I have a guest speaking with me, we would use StreamYard and we want to see the names of the people who are dropping comments. And finally, please don't forget to introduce yourself in the group. There is a post that says, tell us about who you are here. And from time to time, go there and read about other people. The person you're looking for might be right here in this group. There is a fantastic caliber of people here. More importantly, all the people here are just like you, trying to grow into a wiser space. There is collective power, collective growth here. Please take advantage of the resource in the room. I always say it, there's resource in your room. Remember, there's wisdom everywhere on the streets. You might read in there that somebody does the business or offers the service that you are looking for. Wisdom. And when people know that you're on the same journey with them, they feel some sort of camaraderie with you. They tend to do business with you on a better level. But well, let's shut down for today. It's 7:03. I wish you a fantastic day. I will see you again at 8 p.m. Have a wise day. Have a what? Wise day. So as we go, say to yourself, I am wiser. 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 Whoosh, whoosh. I am wiser. Have a fantastic day. See you in the evening.